Winona Ryder has been in Hollywood for decades, but there's one thing even longtime fans still get surprised by. She actually has a boyfriend. Yep, the famously private star has been in a quiet, steady 14-year relationship, and unless you follow her interviews very closely, you might have never even known. And honestly, she seems really happy. In July 2024, Winona told Harper's Bazaar that her partner is so great, adding that she feels really lucky.
It's been incredible. It's been amazing.
So who's the man who's been by her side all these years? That is Scott Mackinlay Hahn, and their story starts with probably one of the funniest meet-cutes we've heard in a while. Winona and Scott first crossed paths at the premiere of Black Swan back in 2010. Scott isn't part of Hollywood at all, so when he saw Winona, he didn't clock that she was Winona Ryder. Instead, he mistook her for Milla Jovovich. Winona later shared the story, laughing that he told her she was great in The Fifth Element. Imagine being Winona Ryder and hearing that, but it clearly worked in his favor.
I don't think we can really control who we fall in love with. I think it just happens.
Despite the mix-up, they clicked immediately. Winona said they connected on so many levels, and she loved that he wasn't part of the entertainment industry. Ryder even admitted she tried really hard to keep their relationship quiet in the beginning. And fans definitely know she's not one for oversharing.
I'm not on the internet that much.
Since then, the two have been solid. Scott has quietly supported her at several major events through the years, from the Stranger Things Season 1 premiere to the SAG Awards in 2020, and later the premieres of Seasons 3 and 4. And yes, he was right there with her in Venice in August 2024 for the Beetlejuice premiere. He stays out of the spotlight, but when he shows up, he shows up. Most recently, Winona and Scott made a coordinated appearance at the Stranger Things Season 5 premiere in Los Angeles on November 6th, and they looked absolutely adorable. The couple held hands on the carpet, smiling, and even coordinated their looks. Winona wore a Victorian-style black corseted jacket with a long skirt, and Scott matched her with a black suit and an unbuttoned black shirt. Tell me they don't look like the effortlessly cool couple at every event. Now, as for their future, Winona has been pretty open about her uncertainty when it comes to marriage. In a 2016 interview, the actress shared she wasn't sure she'd ever walk down the aisle, saying, "Marriage? I don't know. I'd rather never have been married than been divorced a few times. Not that there's anything wrong with divorce, but I don't think I could do it if that was a possibility." She added, "When your parents are madly in love for 45 years, your standards are really high." Well, with that kind of example at home, it's completely understandable. So who exactly is Scott Mackinlay Hahn? Time for a proper intro. He's a fashion designer and co-founder of the eco-conscious clothing brand Loom State. He's deeply involved in sustainable fashion and has been long before it became trendy. His brand uses certified organic cotton to reduce environmental harm, and he's talked openly about wanting to build a business that's both responsible and profitable. He even helped design Chipotle's uniforms back in 2012. The couple reportedly lived together and split their time between New York City and Los Angeles, though Scott's an East Coast guy at heart. He grew up on Fire Island and later moved to Brooklyn, where the industrial, artsy vibe shaped a lot of his lifestyle and work. Even his Williamsburg building was designed with reclaimed materials. He really lives what he preaches.
I genuinely like you.
And while Winona may not be eager to tie the knot these days, she did try heading in that direction once. She and Johnny Depp were actually engaged back in the day. A relationship that remains one of her most talked about romances. Winona and Johnny first met in 1989 at the Great Balls of Fire premiere. They only saw each other that day, but apparently it was enough for the feelings to start blooming. At the time, Winona was a teen starlet, and Johnny was already a rising TV idol. Both of them believed it was love at first sight. Depp even named it a classic glance, like the zoom lenses in West Side Story, and everything else gets foggy. In other words, the 26-year-old actor was instantly smitten with the 17-year-old. Still, they got to know each other only a couple of months later when a mutual friend introduced them. And what did Johnny think when their relationship with Winona just started? "When I met Winona and we fell in love, it was absolutely like nothing before. We hung out the whole day and night, and we've been hanging out ever since. I love her more than anything in the whole world." Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder were inseparable. The actors co-starred in Edward Scissorhands. They kept listening to their favorite songs together and reading beat poetry to each other. Johnny made a Winona Forever tattoo on his arm, which really impressed the actress's strict parents. They loved Johnny and approved of their daughter's choice. They used to bring Winona and Johnny breakfast in bed whenever the lovebirds were staying over their place. Depp and Ryder were the most talked about item in Hollywood in the early 90s, and for a reason.
And I feel pretty stable and secure.
Do you think it's important to have a stable relationship when you're 19?
Well, it's certainly helpful in this business. I mean, to have some stability, because this business, you just tend to be kind of, everything's up in the air all the time. So to have like a good family life and a good relationship with someone is pretty important to me.
However, not many knew that the couple encountered some difficulties that turned out to be unbearable for their love. Things were developing so fast, well, maybe too fast. After dating for 5 months only, Johnny and Winona got engaged and moved in together. Everything was leading up to the marriage. Winona and Johnny tried to enlist their friend, Hairspray director John Waters, to marry them in a ceremony. Back in 2019, John Waters revealed in his new memoir that he refused to marry 28-year-old Johnny to 19-year-old Winona because he thought she was too young. Waters talked them out of it after Depp's lawyers had drafted the paperwork. According to Waters, Winona's parents were grateful that he managed to dissuade the couple from getting hitched. Marriage, postponed for an uncertain time, was only one of the obstacles the two had to face. We should remember they both were rising stars at the time, and therefore they both were pretty busy with their work. Johnny spent days and nights on the set of What's Eating Gilbert Grape. It was during this project's filming when his problems with alcohol and drugs started. It was a pretty dark time for me. I don't know what exactly was going on. Well, I was poisoning myself beyond belief. I've never seen Gilbert Grape, actually. I can't watch it. Whatever he was going through, it could have possibly influenced his relationship with Winona. Not in a good way, obviously. The actress was also busy at the time. She was playing, quote, a young fiancé with lack of personal opinion and sense of self in Martin Scorsese's Age of Innocence. In 1993, after 4 years of being together, Ryder and Depp decided to split. Winona's representative at the time blamed the split on the carelessness of young love and stardom. Depp, for his part, explained it as follows, speaking to Los Angeles Times. It's very hard to have a personal life in this town. My relationship with Winona, it was my mistake to be as open as we were. But I thought if we were honest, it would destroy that curiosity monster. Instead, it fed it, gave people license to feel they were part of it.
And you've got Winona Forever. I presume that's Winona Ryder. Is that one still there?
Good guess. No, it's no longer there. We've split up.
You had the tattoo taken off?
No, of course not.
Winona only mentioned that Johnny would be a forever dear person to her. He'll always be in my heart, forever. Kind of funny, that word. Apparently she meant it, but the separation turned out to be very traumatic for both. Ryder found herself slowly spinning out of control. 10 years later, she confirmed that it was the darkest time of her life. I was embarrassingly dramatic at the time, but you have to remember I was only 19 years old.
I say we just grow up, be adults, and die.
Broken engagement put the starlet through the anguish of depression. A doctor gave the actress sleeping pills, and sometimes she hell-bent taking too many of them. Once Winona fell asleep with a lit cigarette and woke up to the flames. She also experimented with booze and substances. She didn't really care about her career and public image.
And I saw myself on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine, and it said something like, Winona Ryder, the luckiest girl in the world. And it broke my heart because there I was, in so much pain.
In the meantime, Johnny was going through his personal hell. He started working on Ed Wood with Tim Burton, and according to Burton, the actor was pretty broken about Winona. The actor was never the same, even in his next romance with Kate Moss.
But even though we're not together anymore, it doesn't take away the honesty of the moment of when I got the tattoo.
She expected Johnny to get rid of the Winona Forever tattoo, but Johnny changed it to Wino Forever instead. Well. However, in 2019, Johnny and Winona were said to be in touch again. Various sources suggested the actor tried to reach Winona through their mutual friends. The Star magazine reported that the exes were talking on the phone and exchanging texts. Winona's friends were urging her avoid her past love because, quote, a fragile soul like her doesn't need a hellraiser like Johnny.